me the way to go. All right. When I met someone that was able to show me the way to go, that was when I became successful pretty much in this space. And that was when I got exposed to IM Academy. All right. So they showed me one or two things about how to become successful in trading, and I started learning with them. I learned with them, and long story short, I had blue accounts also. But the fact that they exposed me to a greater knowledge was what helped me. All right, and I did most of the learning myself, but the fact that they exposed me, like I said initially, is what I find very, very mind blowing and amazing. All right, what I find very mind blowing and amazing, and I'm going to be helping you over the course of maybe 6 months, 12 months, or if you've been following me for a long, long time now, I want to help you achieve much more than you can ever think of. All right. First, let's have a brief recap of last week trades. Those that know me know that I trade GBP USD and Euro JPY, GBP USD and Euro JPY. Sometimes I look at Euro USD also, but I do more of GBP USD and Euro JPY. So let's look at last week trades. So let's start from here. Let's start from here because I know that in the week when the week started, I was expecting it to break above this zone. This was the week, right? I think Friday, Sunday. Exactly. So I was expecting to come break above this zone. I'm talking about this resistance here, and then I was going to buy further. All right, that's what I was expecting GBPUSD to do, to break above this zone, and I was going to buy further. However, it didn't do that. Instead, what did GBPUSD do? It started going down, and I won't buy until I see it break out and retest. Those that know me, no retest, no trade. So when I saw it go down, broke this low, I knew that we are going to have more sales. What confirmed my sale initially was the bias from the gap. Every week comes with a gap, all right? And the week came with a very huge gap, very huge gap, very, very huge gap. Last week, where's last week? Oh, okay, I think this was last week, right? Last week, today is 7th, so last week was 31st. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, so this was the gap here between Friday and Monday. This was the gap, this huge gap I saw. All right. When I saw the market make this huge gap on this exchange, it's showing us like as if it was not a gap, as if it was market that actually sold, but it was not a sell. It was a gap. During the weekend they trade OTC, OTC. All right. Let me go to another exchange so you can see what I'm talking about. Sunday and Monday. Exactly this gap here. So when I saw this gap, this was exactly the analysis I did. Exactly. Thank God I didn't clear it off. So exactly I was expecting to come here, break above the trend line, retest on the trend line, confidence with the level that I had and trend line because we had the trend line one, we had a strong support too. So I was expecting breakout continuation and then we'll continue buying. Instead, it didn't do that. All right. What it did instead was it broke below. It broke below with this gap. Now learn something. Every week that starts with a gap, the bias of the week usually goes in the direction of the gap. If the gap went up that week, you're most likely going to see more buys. If the buys go down that week, you're going to likely see more sales. What did I say? If the gap goes up, you're going to likely see more buys. If the gap goes down, you're going to likely see more sales. All right. So I knew that we're going to see more sales because I saw this huge gap go down. All right. I saw this huge gap go down. And now what was I going to do? What decision was I going to make? I haven't seen this. I was looking for sale opportunities, obviously. And now let's go back to our 1 hour chats and we'll see together what opportunities came for us and what we did using those opportunities. What we did using those opportunities. All right, so I was expecting it to buy here and then we'll sell here. I knew that it was going to sell because the bias on the monthly is still a sell. I just didn't know where it was going to start from. I was expecting it to break above here first, retest on this zone. This is a strong monthly zone and a strong psychological level. And yeah, there's another block there, basically. I was expecting to tap into that zone, then we go in for ourselves. Instead, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. When I started selling, I had to wait for it. Broke below this place. I didn't enter yet. It broke below this place. I'm talking about here. I had not entered yet. Trust me, I had not. I had not entered yet. All this massive sale, I did not enter it. Though my people that saw it early, they did it. So Monday, Tuesday, basically, I didn't catch anything in the market. And I was not sad because I know that there's always opportunity in the market. Basically, I was not sad actually. And I waited for it to come back. I tapped it on the 61.8. My stop loss was above 70.5, a little above 70.5. So I joined this sell here, put a Fibonacci from top to bottom. 61.8 was where I entered. I saw zoom rejections, sorry, weak rejections, and I hopped in. My stop loss was above 70.5, basically. All right. Whenever I enter a trade using Fibonacci as one of my major confluences, guess what? I put my stop loss a little above the next Fibonacci level, just a little above it. So if I enter 70.5, my stop loss will be a little above 79. I want you guys to learn this now. If I enter 79, my stop loss will be a little above 88.6. If I enter 88.6, my stop loss, I can't enter, I can't keep my stop loss above this level, because if it come, sorry, too far above this level, because sometimes it might come and do like a double top. So if I enter at 88.6, I'm going to put my SL a little above this zone, a little above it. So just a little above the next the next Fibonacci level. And I rode this sell up to first this place. I took a little profit. I told them everybody take profit. But first, before the thing go here, this huge spike, I'm going to explain to you. I lost money in this huge spike. However, when I saw weak rejections here, when I saw weak rejections here, weak rejection here, I told everybody, yeah, let's go out, let's go out of our place. We have a WhatsApp group where we talk, and we have a Telegram channel too. Though I've not really been so active on the Telegram channel, but I'm promising all of you to be active there. I'm going to be active there, sharing trade signals as often as possible, so we can all take advantage of the sales or buys together. And we opted out here. This massive spike up. Let's go to 15-minute time frame and see what happened. On the 15-minute time frame, what happened, guys? Just tell me what happened, please. 15-minute time frame. Here, I bought. Oh God, you know when you overtrust people. I bought here. My mindset was it was going to come and clear out this place, because I saw triple top already using the trend line. Trend line, triple top. 1, 2, 3. I knew that it was going to come clear out the liquidity on the trend line, liquidity, that trend line liquidity, then continue selling. I knew he was going to do that, but I don't know what made me not do it. Honestly speaking, I knew he was going to sell. I just didn't know what made me. I believe someone. I won't call his name yet, but some of you might know him. All right, so we looked at the market and it was like, okay, you know what, guys, I think we should start selling now. I said this fundamental news will buy it first before selling. No, he said let's buy. So I'm sorry, let's sell. But I knew he was going to buy. So instead, I bought. When he broke up, when he cleared this liquidity already, he said we are selling now. No, when he was using a break out of a strong zone. So when he broke out of this zone, he just started shouting, buy, 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 buy. Everybody started buying here at 61.8. Jesus. Wow. Everybody started buying at 61.8 to my people. Everybody was buying at 61.8. Everybody buy, 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 buy at 61.8. Everybody was buying at 61.8. Instead of selling, we're buying. And now it was hard because there was news. So the movement was so irrational. We didn't know if to close or if to leave it open. And I was on the road, basically. I was on the road. Long story short, I left my buys. Next thing, market came. Phew. Just, and I saw that it had taken a lot of my money already. I closed out the buy. All right, I closed out the buy. And as after this week rejection, upon the third week rejection, I just told everybody, sell. The guy was like, I said we should buy, you're saying sell. I said, sir, we are selling. But he does GBPUSD also. I do GBPUSD, right? So I don't want it to look like we're conflicting each other. So I just deleted the message from the WhatsApp group, and me, I just sold my own. Long story short, this guy sold. Those that know me and trust me asked where is our TP. I said TP is -7 of the first Fibonacci withdrawal. On the first Fibonacci. So this was where we took profit because it was a confluence with the trend line. We thought it was going to buy from here, but it didn't do that. It kept on going down. Now this is like a weekly recap of what happened. What next did we do? I know I did not enter this sale here. What I did was I waited for a break below here, and I entered this sale right after this break. After this particular break, this was where I continued the sale. I remember I continued to sell, but what was my conferences? I can't remember. I knew break of this zone was one of my conferences, and yeah, it was a selling trend, obviously. And I was using I have a very strong monthly zone I've mapped out. That's what I was using for my TP. Um, no, my TP was this block. I remember my TP was this other block. So I sold to 1.1300 actually 1.13000. We sold all the way here. Then we took our profit. I think at the close of this candle. Long story. I can't really remember every single trade we took. Unless I go through my documents, and my documents is not in this house. My own house is somewhere else, and I'm currently in my parents' house, basically. I stay here most of the time, especially during weekends because it's closer to my church. So I stay here during the weekends. Then, like today, now I'm dressed already. After this class, I go to my own place. All right. And we sold. Then I remember, okay, this was another sweet buy we had. This first touch came for a second touch. I saw weak rejection. I said, everybody buy, take profits right above this zone. And we did. That was a good one. If you check our second, if you check our this chart here, I think you might see it. I think you might see it. Yeah, we sold, we bought to this place. I remember this was the conference. This guy, we were suspecting that this guy was going to push it down, so we bought up to this particular level here. Then we left it. The news came. When the news came, people were, guy, I'm serious. The same person that said we should be buying was shouting, sell, sell, sell. The same person, but because he tells me a lot, I can't just like throw his signals away, right? He thought I was like, guy, what are you seeing? But I didn't want to tell him, right? Long story short was, um, he said sell, 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 sell. After the thing broke below this zone, let's go to 15 minutes time frame and I'll show you what he was looking at. He was looking at this level here that was broken. Market broke and closed below with this particular candle. So after this candle, he was shouting sell because he saw market broke and closed below this zone. But me, I knew that he was going to buy further. Why? Because 4-hour trend line. Guys, follow me very closely. 4-hour trend line. Let's go to another chart. Okay, yeah, this is 4-hour trend line. Yeah, I was expecting to buy up to the 4-hour trend line, which it has not yet done. So, guys, expect it to keep buying, but I will not tell you that yet. Let's just follow. So, I'd advise you to just stay close with me. Don't be looking to run. However, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. So, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Very important. Long story short was, I told everybody, okay, you know what, we are buying. I know this particular trade. If I open all the WhatsApp groups, you guys will see that we bought crazily. Now, those that came here from Discord, they might be unhappy because I didn't send this particular signal to the Discord. Because one, it was news, and with the Discord, I know most of them are newbies, and I don't want to throw onto them signals. I want you to know how I'm getting it first. So that's why I didn't send this particular trade to you. But all the WhatsApp communities I belong to, even the Telegram communities, I share the buy. We bought just at this weekly zones, honestly speaking. Now, just at this week zone, what does it mean? Triple bottom. Some people waited for a breakout of this zone before they bought. But me, I told everybody buy here. From this trade, we got 230 pips. 230 pips in one day. Before FOMC, before NFP, I funded $50. I wanted to flip it. I told everybody I was going to flip this account. I funded $50, and guess what? My $50 became 600. And where's my second phone? Oh, it's upstairs. Abi? Okay, yeah, it's upstairs. The iPhone that beats me. My second phone is upstairs. I funded $50 instead of flipping it, and my $50 became $620. $623.13. $623.13. I just stacked my buys. How many pips did we catch? So you know that I'm not lying. We got 230 pips. We entered at this week zones. Look at this. Look at this, guys. 231 pips. It was about 9:50 something. I closed out my trade. Almost 10. Because by 10, market to go out. 10 p.m. Nigerian time, by the way. I know some of you are not connecting from Nigeria, but I want to type in the chat box real quick before we continue on what I'm looking out for this week. Type in the chat box, where are you currently connecting from? Where in the world are you connecting from? I am in Lagos, Nigeria. I want to know where you are, and I'll share with you what I'm looking at for the week. But this was my GBP USD for the week. It was a good one, even though I lost $3,000 on that initial trade. But every other thing was good. That was the only loss I had this week at all. That's GBP USD was the only loss, and that was because I was banking on. Let's not talk. I was banking on someone that I know is a trader, and I was just banking on his credibility, pretty much. Um, yeah, banking on his credibility. So type in the chat box, where are you connecting from? Let me look at the live chats. Let me look at the live chats. Where are you currently connecting from? Oh, so everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So where are you connecting from? Tell me, tell me. Are you gonna call pending order? just learn first, okay? Just learn. I'm going to share with you most of the things, but for now, just learn. So, it says, are you going to call pending order? Okay, so Blessing says, are you going to call pending order? Okay. All right. So we have people from Edo State, Nigeria. We have from Iraq, Asia. We have Abuja. We have Italy. We have USA. We have Germany. We have Ileife. Okay, amazing. This is a global community. So and we are a lot on this chat. I don't know why everybody's not talking. We have Lagos, Nigeria. So talk to me. Where are you currently connecting from? Where are you currently connecting from? Where are you currently connecting from? Where in the world are you? Where in the world are you? Right. I don't know what time zone you're using, but here I use GMT plus one. GMT plus one is what I use right here in Nigeria. I use it right here in Nigeria, GMT plus one. So for those that want to really learn how I catch all of these signals, just stay closer to me. You're gonna learn over time. Oh, some from UK. We have from Lagos. Oh, see my people, Lushola, Abayomi, Michael, Afsat, Abdullahi. See my people, look at them, look at them, look at them. Lagos, Nigeria, South Africa, amazing. We've gone global, man. God is taking us farther. But let's embrace where God has brought us to so far. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So you can go follow me on different social media platforms. During the week, I will go live on Instagram to share with you my outlook for the week. I'm going to share with you my outlook for the week. I'm going to share with you my outlook for the week. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So um, now what am I looking out for this week? First, we see a gap. First, we see what? First, we see a gap. Guys, you know what gap denotes? Gap tells us the direction for the week. Gap tells us the direction for the week. Gap tells us the direction for the week. I'll say it one more time. Gap tells us the direction for the week. One last time. Gap tells us the direction for the week. You see a gap here. Boom. What are we going to be looking out for this week? Possible sell opportunities because the gap went down. Yeah, some of you want to use the commitment of traders report. Some of you want to use the all of the different possible sources of getting information. We have Forex Factory. We have my FX book for news and the likes. But I want to stay with the one one I know and I use a lot, and that is my chart. My candles. I love my candles so much more than you can imagine, pretty much. All right. Now, what positions are we going to be looking at for the possible sale? Now we know we are going to sell. Obviously, we have seen it. We can feel it. We're going to sell. Now this is it. If the market at any point, if the market at any point makes its way up here, so this is a 4 hour chart, by the way. 4 hour charts. What we want to do is to draw a trend line next. Um, let's clear all of this. We'll draw a trend line. So my trading method is very simple. My trading method is very simple. It's very simple. My trading method is very simple. My trading method is very simple. All right. And now how do I trade? I I I would send now. The thing is, this thing I'm telling you is my secret. I'm going to share with you, irrespective, and that's because I believe everybody deserves to be successful in trading. Everybody deserves to be successful trading. All right. Um. Okay. I just observed now. I wrote it on my notebook. I was looking for it on my WhatsApp page. I wrote it on my notebook. So I will say it here. Then those that are on any of my communities will now get it as a PDF. And I'm talking about when I say my community, I'm talking about those communities that I'm a part of. All right, so you're gonna get it as a PDF or a note, but I'm gonna just say it here. So before you using this strategy, you want to or before the strategy can be useful to you, you want to you want to first mark out psychological levels throughout your charts on most of your most traded pairs. Psychological throughout your charts 1.15, 1.14, 1.13, 1.12, 1.11. These are 100 pips interval. Me, I use 2 pips interval because I can leave my trades for days. But if you can leave your trade for days, just stay with 100 pips. So in a day, you are looking to catch 100 pips, and that's all. If you even catch 50, you are fine. Half of the so usually, what does psychological level mean? Whenever market taps its psychological level, it makes a move. Taps the psychological level makes a move. Taps the psychological level makes a move. This even tapped on 1.11500 and made a move. I told you psychological levels then with 500 or 000, 500 or 000. That's 50 pips interval. If you want to pick 100 pips interval only, then just pick 100 pips and whichever one you want to pick, pretty much it. All right. The market always make a move at psychological level. See, 1.11500 was where this guy made a move. 1.11500 was where this guy made a move. This was 1.11, close to it. But most of the moves in the market, if you pull out the overall chart, you see this is a very major move, major swing started on a psychological level. Another major swing started on a psychological level. This one started on the trend line. Major swing, psychological level, major swing, psychological level. Are you seeing major swing, psychological? So every major move starts on a psychological level. Every major move. This is a major swing up. Started on a psychological level. Every major move. So before this strategy can be useful to you, you need to mark out your your psychological levels. You need to mark out your psychological levels. Now, someone is asking, what are psychological levels? Someone is asking, coach, what are psychological levels? All right, so I will just quickly share with you what psychological levels are, and you're going to learn with me what psychological levels are. Basically, um, now psychological levels, psychological levels are okay. You know what? You can even come here. Come to YouTube. You everybody do this with me right now, please. Everybody do this with me right now. Come to YouTube. You want to know what psychological levels are, right? Come to YouTube, then click on search button. David Achom. David Achom. What are psychological levels? David Achom, what are psychological levels? Look at it here. See it here. What are psychological levels? You pick on it, and here you go. Here you go. What are psychological levels? What are psychological levels? So, and I joined them to draw psychological levels. So whether you're using a JPY pair or any other pair, I've shown you how to draw your psychological levels all around your chart. See, major moves starts on psychological levels. Every major move starts on. Look, are you seeing what I'm telling you? Every major move starts on a psychological. Every major move. So if you have a zone already where you want to sell, just make sure you sell at the zone closest to a psychological level. Are you seeing? Every major move starts on a psychological level. Every major move. Think about it. Every major move. Show me any major move. It starts on a psychological level. Any major move. Any major move starts on a psychological level. Any and every major move starts on a psychological level. All right, and I've shared with you how to fight. Let me see if I can post it on the chat. I don't know how possible. So you just learn. See, all these things I'm doing, you're not paying me to do them. So I could easily say, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna do it, but irrespective, I do it. Irrespective, I do it. Irrespective, I do it, and that's because I'm interested in learning more than I'm interested in you giving me any money for learning or something. All right. So go watch that video. The link is on the screen already. The the, the link is on the screen already. The link is on the screen already. Um, all right. My chat box is blowing up already. My WhatsApp. Oh God. Anyways, that's psychological level. That's the first step to making this strategy useful to you, right? Draw psychological levels on your charts. Second instruction there is identify the trend on the H4 time frame. Let's go to a new chart and see how we can implement what I just said. So I delete everything. I've deleted everything like you can see. And first, let's imagine I've drawn psychological levels already on my chart. The rule number 2 says identify the trend on the H4 time frame. Identify the overall market trend by spotting the direction of the larger candles that form new highs or lows. That form new highs or lows on the H4. You don't say on the day 1 or 2, on the H4. So we are not looking at the monthly trend, we are not looking at the weekly trend, we are looking at the 4 hour trend. 4 hour trend. 4 hours trend. So I've identified the trend really. Um this is it. It started here. Let's pick here. Down. Are you seeing? This was more like equal the double top, but he made a higher low. And now it's a low. All right. Two things can happen. Can come and make a higher high, right? Two things can happen, like I said. It can either come and make a higher high, or either it makes a higher high, or it continues this current trend, which is selling. This is the first and overall 4 hour trend, which is bullish. 4 hour is what? Bullish. But right now, picking the current swing of the 4 hours, it is not bullish. Oh. Current swing of the 4 hours is what? It's bearish. Are you seeing? Current swing of the 4 hours is bearish. It's not bullish, please. Don't make the mistake. The current swing of the 4 hours is bearish. I'll say it one more time. The current swing of the 4 hours is bearish. One last time. The current swing of the 4 hours is bearish. So we are looking to sell, right? However, we know we are not selling forever because there is a buy position. We have just hit a major buy position actually, and that is this other block. You have just hit a major buy position. You see, it's good to do analysis together. I was working based on last week's sentiment, forgetting that last week stopped at another block. So now GBP doesn't just jump out of the zone. If it wants to buy at a zone, it taps that zone at least twice on any time frame. Any time frame. Trust me. Let's speak for example. When you wanted to sell here, it tapped this zone how many times? Twice. Look at again. When you wanted to buy here, it tapped this zone how many times? Twice. Whenever I want to buy from a zone, it doesn't just run out of that zone. So we're expecting that GBPUSD, if it will buy that, it will come back down to tap either this zone or close to this zone before it buys further. If it will. If it will. If it will. I don't know if it will. I'm just telling you, if at all it will buy further, they're gonna what? They're gonna tap down here again before buying further. All right. We're gonna tap down again before buying further. Now look at this. Now look at this. Now before is we said it must sell here before we buy. Meaning that right now we are looking for opportunities to sell the market down to this place before we buy. If you understand what I just said, drop a 777 in the chat box. If you understand what I just explained now, drop a 777 in the chat box. If you understand what I just explained now, this strategy I'm showing you now, you can use it on any other pair. Any other pair, trust me. Any other pair. You can use it on any other pair. All right. So you must sell first before we buy. You must sell first before we buy. One more time, you must sell first before we buy. Now, where are we selling to or selling from? Now we'll go to the 1 hour. First, on the 4 hours, we see a very strong structure here. This structure I like. This is an order block. So those of you that know what I do and how I trade, now let's go. Number 3, okay. Instruction number 1 says identify the trend. Instruction number 2 says plot a trend line. Mark out support or resistance level closest to where market is using a trend line to connect at least 2 points from the beginning of each new swing. Okay. So our next thing is to draw a trend line, right? Draw trend line 1, trend line 2. I see now trend line 1 touch, second touch, third touch failed. So now we're expecting a retest of the trend line. Are you seeing? Just follow the instructions. Instruction 1 says identify the trend. The trend says it's buying, but we need to sell first. So where are we selling from? Number 2, draw a trend line. See, you see a trend line here. If it comes to retest it, we'll sell. Now that's just one overall trend line. Let's pick another trend line now. Let's pick another trend line. Look at this, guys. This is another trend line. First touch, second touch, third touch. This first touch is not for is a most likely kind of touch, and most likely you might do that's the meaning of this other touch. And one thing I observe about GBP I'm telling you based on experience. If you have an order block, don't enter at that block. A little bit at the order block or from 50% of your order block because market wants to come and clear liquidity. So he looks for a way. It doesn't just tap order block and run out. It's a lie. It tap it very well. GBP doesn't run out. All right. So I will not be looking to enter here. Instead, I'll be looking to enter just about 75% of the order block all the way up. I'll share with you what that means. Instruction 1, identify the trend. Instruction 2, plot the trend line. Instruction 3, withdraw your Fibonacci. Go to H1 time frame. Okay. Instruction 3 says go to H1 time frame. H1 time frame. Instruction 3 says go to H1 time frame. and draw a Fibonacci from the most recent high to the most recent low. All right, most recent high to the most recent low. This is a most recent high. I don't want to consider this zone because our confluence is above this zone. So I'll be picking this zone. So this way I'll draw my Fibonacci from here. From this high, Fibonacci from this high to this low. This is what we are looking at for the week. Okay, great. We have drawn our Fibonacci from the most recent high to the most recent low. Now says what? Hold on a second, please. Let me extend. Okay. To the most recent low in a downtrend. Okay, and from the most recent low to the most recent high in an uptrend. Okay, this is a downtrend. So this is what we are supposed to do to determine where the trend will continue. So now, what entry zone is in confluence with our? See, in trading, you just need the most amount of confluences. You don't really need a zone. A particular, okay, I'm looking at this particular structure. No, market can look at market broke all this structure. Yet it came to sell here. After breaking structure, obviously supposed to buy, but it came to sell, right? Supposed to sell, meaning that you don't look at just your structure, like, right? You look at the area with the most confluences. The area with the most confluence. This was the trend line one. This was other block two. Forget this wiki zone. You picked it as liquidity. This sell here, I drew this trend line, but because I was not using this particular chart that day, I was using another chart. That's why I did not see that this guy pumped up to this sell. If not, I'd have shouted sell everybody, but I didn't see it early. So, but don't worry. So now we are seeing that this is a pullback for the major sell that will happen before we now double bottom on this place. Before we double bottom, rather they will continue buying, maybe. But that's it. And now, which Fibonacci zone is in confluence with our two trend line touch? Two trend line touches here. Which one is in confluence with it? 79 and 88.6. But now, does GBP USD reverse at 79? Probably not. How do we know? Let's pick out Fibonacci again from a zone. Now we are back testing. Fibonacci from the high to the low. We reversed on 61.8 here. Are you seeing this first? Let's pull it out on another place. This one reversed on 61.8. See it here. High to low. Reversed on 61.8. Let's pick another high to low. High to low. This one reversed at 79. Okay. Are you seeing what I'm saying now? Let's pick another high to low now. High to low. This was more like a double top, but let's just pick it like that, sha. High to low, reverse above 88.6. So is it possible for you to come up to 79? Yes. Why? Because in time past it has done that before. That's just what you need. Don't go too far. Trading is either I win or I lose, nothing more than that. So why are you emotionally attached to it? Don't stress. All right? Don't stress. That's why we have a risk management rule. Risk what you can afford to lose. So now we are seeing that this is our zone that we are looking out for the most. But now I'm picking it from the 70.5 all the way up. So anywhere within that place, I will not tell you how we enter. We don't just enter because market out our zone. It's GBP USD. It's not any other pair. GBP is crazy. It's like gold. It can take your money for vanishing. I'm serious with you. All right. Imagine you bought here and you didn't know you kept your stop loss here and you went just to go and eat and come back. You see that news has taken you out and started buying. You cry now. You can take your money for vanishing, you know. But now instruction 3, okay, join Fibonacci. Instruction 4, identify other blocks. We have done a Fibonacci, identify other blocks. Okay, go to 15 minutes time frame. Okay, and identify other blocks that lie between your marked out point of interest. Our marked out point of interest is between 70 and 88.6. So any other block that, okay, are you seeing what I'm seeing now, guys? It says go to 15 minutes time frame and locate previous other block that lie within your marked out point of interest. Other block must be above liquidity or equal highs in a downtrend and below liquidity or equal lows in an uptrend. So we see this is equal highs. See, are you seeing, guys? Look at this. Oh, everybody follow me carefully. This is equal highs. So this is liquidity. It says other block must be above it in a downtrend. So this is the other block we are looking at. Are you seeing now? So our entry zone is from here to here. This is our preferred zone of entry. Now we can extend. You can extend now, right? This is our preferred zone of entry. You might spike up a little, but this is the other block we are not for. You don't just jump in because market taps another block. Guys, I said it before. GBPUSD doesn't run away. It gives you time to make a decision. It doesn't run away. It gives you time to make a decision. All right. So now we have marked out first trend line. Okay, first identify trend, second trend line, third draw Fibonacci, fourth identify other block, which we have done. Number 5, stop loss. Stop loss must be kept below the major price level that is lower than the point of interest in an uptrend and above the major price level that is higher than your point of interest in a downtrend. Our point of interest, like I said, is between 70 and 88.6. So our stop loss will be where? Invalidation level now. Everybody, invalidation level is where? Entry starts from where? I told you 50% of the other block, 50%. So entry starts from 70, almost on 79. This is my preferred entry. And it said stop loss must be above it, above this zone. So we can't use 56 pip stop loss, obviously. I can't use it. So what I'll do instead is to move my entry because it's GBP USD. I'll move my entry a little bit. Let's keep my entry here. I'm now picking only the wicks. I'm picking only the wicks in this zone as my entry, right? And I'm using 54 pips. However, I'm not entering when market taps it. This is just my zone of entry. I can enter anywhere. Me, personally, I use 25 pips at most, or sometimes 30, but most times my pips is 15 pips, 10 pips, stop loss, and the likes, right? Because I like risking big, but I use minimal stop loss. All right. So if you're going to risk this, remember I have a rule. Don't trade if you don't have at least 1 to 3 risks to reward. At least 1 to 3. Meaning if you trade and you lose 7, 3 has covered for all the losses you had. If you trade and you lose 7, 3 has covered for all the losses you had. It's not possible to lose 7 out of 10. It's not possible unless you don't know what you're doing or your strategy is rubbish. But let's assume we have 30% winning ratio. We are in break even. If we have 40%, we are in profit because our rule is at least 1 to 3. At least 1 to 3. All right. And remember where our target is now. Our stop loss, we know our stop loss already. Our target is here. This 0, 0, 0. It might come to minus 27, but we are not looking at it. We are looking at 0, 0, 0 for a double bottom in case he wants to do that. Just in case he wants to do that. And now our risk reward is 1.5.9. Let's say 1 to 6. Because our TP is 319 pips. 319 pips is our TP. All right. So are you seeing what I'm showing you now? On the 15 minutes time frame, it says mark out your other block and this it must be above liquidity, and this liquidity here, our other block is above it. This is how it happens on every chart. So don't think it's only because of this. No, I've written it down since before this chart happened. So it happens on every chart. All right, charts. This is easy and simple way to make massive amount of money in this forex market, and these are predictions for this week. All right. Now, entry criteria. Execute your trade after you see at least 1 major weak rejection or 2 minor weak rejections around your Fibonacci levels closest to any of your point of interest. So our preference is Fibonacci level. This Fibonacci level closest to any of our point of interest. Meaning, you can't pick here because this is liquidity. 1. Fibonacci level closest to point of interest. Our point of interest is say here. Now Fibonacci level, this is 79. Are you seeing now? It says pick it on the Fibonacci level closest to it. Our point of interest, we can't pick this 70.5 because it's not closest to our point of interest. The one closest to our point of interest is 79. That reduces our SL. Are you following me? That reduces our SL. That reduces our SL, guys. So our entry is 79% Fibonacci. That's our entry point. 79% Fibonacci. We want to catch the money. There is big bag in this market right now, but we want to catch the money. Guys, this sale might happen tomorrow. It might not happen today. I don't even want it to happen today. It might happen from tomorrow. But today, people will just be buying. London session will come and clear all these places, obviously. Buy a little further, buy a little further, till where the major sell will start from. But now, H4 guys, those guys that use only H4 time frame, they're not seeing what I'm showing you now. They will enter this zone and they will lose their money because the market will spike up to this place. Are you seeing why you need an edge? They will enter here. Everybody waiting for this trend line. But guess what? Market will spike up. And you know why market will spike up now? Because that trend line they're waiting, that trend line retest they're waiting for is what we call liquidity here. This is the liquidity. Equal highs. 1, 2, 3, equal highs. That's obvious liquidity. Obvious liquidity that market will clear it out. So I'm looking to buy anywhere here to join market to clear this liquidity. Immediately after liquidity is clear, my TP is 70.5. I will go out and wait for the sale to be ready for me before I enter it. But I will buy here, waiting, not now, but I will buy anywhere close to this zone, waiting for it to clear this liquidity and major sale starts. Thank you, Jesus, for your wisdom. Do you understand what I'm telling you now? Entry criteria, we have shown you entry criteria. You say you must see weak rejection, one major weak rejection on a 15 minutes time frame, or two minor weak rejections on that same time frame. Major weak rejection or minor weak rejection. So this is a major weak rejection. After this major weak rejection, jump in. Or minor weak rejections, first one, second one, jump in. Minor weak rejection, first one, third one, you jump in for yourself, and then boom, see profit. Minor weak rejection, first one, second one, or the third one, jump in for yourself. Minor weak rejection. Major weak rejection is this major guy we saw here. After this major weak rejection, jump in immediately. Or two minor weak rejections. After this one, third one, jump in for yourself. If you understand this simple strategy, this is our entry strategy. I've shown you our stop loss. Now for exit, we use the same strategy. Exit your trade after you see at least one major weak rejection or two minor weak rejections close to your TP level or a psychological level. We have seen our exit criteria. We have a 7-point trade idea. Sorry, 7-point rule to taking any trade. Once these 7 things are in place, then I can take my trade and be rest assured. Because I've done all of these 7 things. Number 1, identify the trend. Number 2, plot the trend line. Number 3, draw your Fibonacci. Number 4, identify your blocks. 5, locate your stop loss. Number 6, know your entry criteria. Number 7, your exit. Sometimes it's not get to your TP. It might just be close to your TP or close to a psychological level, a main psychological level that is close to your TP. Guess what? When it gets to that zone, what you want to do is to opt out. After a major rejection close to psychological level, what you want to do is to opt out. Imagine we're selling after we saw this major thing, we just stop our sale immediately. That's our exit criteria and our entry criteria. If you understand all I've said so far, I'll show the trade management. Obviously, when you enter your trade, just be patient. If you want to add new positions, wait for it to break out of a zone. When you break out and you see weak rejection, close down 1 or 2 entries, wait for a retest, then re-enter. When it breaks out, weak rejection, close out 1 or 2 entries, wait for a retest, then you re-enter. 1 or 2 entries close down, wait for a retest, then you enter. That's just what you're going to do. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. Trust me, it's not. It's not hard at all. Yeah, it's not hard. That's our management. That's to scale our profits to a larger position. So you have one major entry here. Every other entry, maybe you put 0.5 here. Then when it breaks out of this zone, you add 0.1 twice. Wait for it to break out. When you break out, close one of the 0.1, then wait for it to retest. Add that one, that's 0.1 back. Why you close it here? So you can secure this little profit to add to your equity for your next position you want to take. Then take another 0.1 here. Wait for it to break out again. Close out after you see 2 or 3 weak rejections. Then upon the retest, add that same position you closed, add it back again. That's how you just scale your profit all the way up. And that's what I do, and that's what you should do too. I've shown you what I'm looking out for GBP USD for the week. I'm looking out for any position to buy. Where am I looking out to buy from? Honestly speaking, guys. Honestly speaking, I'm looking out for this support level. I don't want it to break below it. However, London session might start by breaking below it, but whichever one, I'm fine. I'll just put my SL about 20 pips from here. So this is my entry for a buy. this particular zone. I will not call it out. Those that know how to trade it, please go ahead. This is my entry point for a buy. All right, and I'll buy it all the way up to 70.5 Fibonacci. 70.5 Fibonacci. 70.5 Fibonacci. Now you don't need your chart to be clustered before you know that you're trading. No, you don't need it. You don't need your chart to be clustered before you know you're trading. So you need to like clear your chart and the likes, right? And now we have seen that these are our preferred zone of entry and all of those sweet stuff. We can now delete our Fibonacci. I don't need it again. This one says I don't need this guy here. I want my chart to be clear. So this is what I'm picking. And this is my entry here. So when market gets into this zone, you can set your alarm here. So when market gets into this zone on the 15 minutes order block, you just be watching out for weak rejection, major weak rejection one or two minor weak rejections, and you jump in on yourself. Right? That's pretty much it on GBP USD. So I'm going to share this to all the communities. I'm going to share it to the WhatsApp community too. So those of you that are on the WhatsApp, don't be afraid. You're going to get it. Those that are on the Telegram, don't be afraid. You're also going to get it. All right. You're also going to get it. All right. Just be patient enough to join me all the way. Now, if you have, sorry. Sorry. So if you have any like question, my sound is breaking. Jesus, my sound is breaking. Wow. Sorry. I'm just seeing it now. But I hope my sound is clear now. If my sound is clear, drop 555 in the chat. If my sound is clear, drop 555 in the chat. So our entry is 1.14760 zone. You remember, don't enter when I tell you your entry. Enter at the weak rejection around. So now, if this is your entry, this is where weak rejection came for. So this is where you enter, not here, right? So enter at the weak rejection closest to your entry. Don't just jump in because I said enter. Do you understand? So when I type out this zone, don't just sell. No, our sell is 0.14750. Sorry, 760. Our SL is 0.14260. Let me edit it. Entry 760. 260. Just snap it and send to the WhatsApp communities so that those of you that so that those of you that have not joined, right? Those of you that have not joined can take advantage of it. This is what I'm looking out for. Short position. Um 15560. Okay. So our SL is approximately 50 pips. My battery is low already, so we need to end this live. Um, but this is what I'm looking out for. Enter based on the lot size you are willing to lose, oh guys. Don't just jump in. And if you don't know how to calculate your lot size, that's where you not go and learn how to do it. Because I've explained it over time. Um, So that's pretty much it. 50 pips SL, 326 pips TP. But we are buying to sell first. I will not call out the buy position. Those that understand how to do it, go ahead. If you don't understand how to do it, just monitor and learn. Don't just jump in. Know how to do something, right? So we are buying here to this point, then we start the sale from here. That's pretty much all I'm looking out for the week. Um, Someone says, please drop the entries. I've dropped it already. So you can go ahead and take advantage, right? And now that will officially come to the end of this broadcast. 1 hour. So I want you to do something. Subscribe to the channel. Um, you will get very important updates from this channel as often as possible. Then also take advantage of, it's not compulsory. If you have a community already, your community, and do well. All right, if you have a community, stay with your community and do well. This live stream was sent to 4 communities, two of mine, two of my very close buddies that I love and respect so much. And yeah, you can also, this video is not sponsored, by the way. If you want to know my preferred broker, check the description on the Telegram, and then you know my preferred broker. And we'll go ahead together, right? Connect with me on all social media platforms and officially come to the end of this live stream. Yeah. If you have any question, please ask any question. Go ahead and ask. I'm going to answer them. Um, in absence of any, we'll officially call it a day. All right. Thank you so much, everybody that joined. We're going to do this every Mondays at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Just 1 hour to look at what we are looking at for the week. All right. I trust you enjoyed it too. All right. Take care. Cheers. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and send a thank you message to the owner of your group. All right. Because he permitted me to share it there. If he didn't permit me, you won't find it there. All right. So share to the owner of your group, thanking him for such a premium information coming for free, guys, for free. All right. Take care, everybody. I love you, and I want to see you win. Bye bye.